As you talk with yourself every day, how often do you ask, is what I am doing today getting me closer to where I want to be tomorrow? Am I making the daily adjustments necessary? Am I doing all that it takes? Will I keep on doing it until? Direction determines destination. Here's a question you need to ask yourself. Are all of the disciplines that I'm currently engaged in taking me where I want to go? What an important question at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the week, at the beginning of the day. Because here's what you don't want to ever do. Kid yourself. You know, kid your neighbor and kid me and kid the marketplace if you want to, but gosh, you can't kid yourself. With your fingers crossed hoping you'll arrive at a good destination when you're not even headed that way. You say, well, maybe the wind will take me. Well, there's a chance. If prices come down a little, what'll that do for your fortune and your future? What'll that do? Not much. If the economy gets a little better, what'll that do? Answer, not much. If you don't make plans of your own, you'll fit into someone else's plans. And guess what they have planned for you? You're right. Not much. Most people wake up every morning counting on this not much list. But you've got to take charge. You've got to ask yourself often, am I? Am I doing the disciplines that are taking me in the direction that I want to go?
I found something I could do, which was easy, but I worked hard at it. I got up early and stayed up late, worked hard that 6 years. But what I did was easy, meaning it was something I could do. You say, well, Mr. Rohn, if it was so easy, how come everybody else around you during that 6 years, how come they didn't get rich? Here's why. It's easy not to. How else would you describe it? That's it. You say, no. For all of the rest of them, it was hard for them and it was easy for you. That's not true. I tend to be a little philosophical. Here it is. The things that are easy to do are also easy not to do. That's the difference between success and failure. So you've got the choice here today of one of two easies. Easy to or what? Easy not to. I can give you in one sentence how I got rich by the time I was 31. Here it is in one sentence. I did not neglect to do the easy things I could do every day for 6 years. Underline. I did not neglect. And here's what else is the problem. One neglect leads to another. Pretty soon, neglect has you by the throat, emptying your purse, emptying your heart, emptying all of your chances. I'm telling you, you're on the wrong track. You should do it. You could do it. You don't do it. That's called formula for disaster. That's it. It's where I found myself at age 25 until my teacher came along and said, Mr. Rohn, up till now you've messed up. Let's see if we can't clean that up, change it all. I did. Changed my life. Not just the money, all the rest of the values that came pouring in when I understood that it was me. It was me. So take the easy approach. This stuff's easy to figure out.
Success is doing, failure is not doing. It's that simple. Resolve says, I will. Two of the most powerful words in our language. I can and I will. But what is the measure of success, especially when your success could be so vastly different from someone else's success? Making measurable progress in reasonable time. That's all life asks. Now here's one of the better phrases to take home. The numbers tell us the whole story. Success is a numbers game. How much money have you saved and invested during your career? In the last 90 days, how many books have you read? In the last 6 months, how many classes have you taken to improve your skills? I'm telling you, numbers tell us everything. You've got to make progress. You've got to make progress in reasonable time. It's the name of the game. Don't you have to weigh the new baby often? To see what? To see whether it's gaining weight or it's losing weight. You can't let a little baby lose weight very long. It's called disaster. You've got to know the numbers. You've just got your fingers crossed for the future? Come on, be responsible for the set of your own sail. And learn to refine these numbers for yourself. I'm asking you to take charge of your own life. Be responsible for your own retirement. Don't just drift along with the crowd. those who don't care. Don't be satisfied until you've looked at all your own numbers. Don't wait for somebody to come along. You've got to be responsible yourself. Don't be satisfied with anything less than the best of numbers. Now, what if your results are not that good right now? Sometimes defeat is the best beginning. Well, for one, if you're at the very bottom, there's only one way to go: up. You'll usually become sufficiently disgusted to reach way down deep inside yourself and pull out miracles. And it's in the face of adversity that things begin to change. With enough disgust, desire, and determination, you'll start saying, "I've had it." Here's where the miracle begins. "I've had it. Enough, no more." You will rebound from failure just as surely as you gravitated into failure. I firmly believe that you're only given as much as you can handle. If you pull yourself up and move back into the world with a plan, self-development, self-investment attracts success. Better than knowledge is applied knowledge. Apply our knowledge, study the results. Refine our approach. Finally, by trying and observing and refining and trying again, our knowledge will inevitably produce worthy results. The voice within us says, "Get it done." Discipline then says, "Do it now." Do it to the best of your ability, today, tomorrow, and always. Procrastination says, "Later, tomorrow, whenever I get a chance." In every circumstance we face, we are constantly presented with these two choices: do it now or do it later, discipline and procrastination. Each has its own price, the price of discipline or the price of regret. We will pay one or the other. What we wish we had done is the voice of regret, at a time when there is no going back. This is regret. Once you understand these principles, self-interest now truly becomes an exciting challenge. Now here's another one. If you want to find, you must search. And if you search, you will find. You've got to go to the bookstore. You've got to go to the class. You've got to go searching. Why? If you search, you will find. You'll find ideas, you'll find inspiration, you'll find hope, you'll find contacts. But you've got to be out there, on the search, on the look. You must decide to act. Don't be naive and say, "This doesn't matter." Of course it matters. It all matters. Some things may matter more than others, but everything matters. If you'd rather spend your money instead of saving it, pretty soon it will matter. It all matters. And after years of this, it all adds up. So the key to reversing this process is to start picking up the disciplines. It does matter. It all matters. Now, here's the positive side. Every new discipline makes a difference. That's why action is so important. The smallest action, the least action. The action that you won't think will matter. It all matters. Because when you start accomplishing and the value starts to return, you'll find inspiration to do the next one and the next one and the next one. So be disciplined. Do all that it takes to get the job done. Get your bank account where it's supposed to be. When you set up the disciplines that give your life structure, miracles can happen. And I'm telling you, anybody who wants to make a drastic change in their income can do it. I was broke at age 25 and a millionaire at age 31. Everything around me was the same. I changed. I refined my philosophy. I read the books. I took the classes. Started looking at life a little differently. I'm telling you, it works.